I think we all like heavy rock music, and that's what we've always played. But at the same time, we're not into the posturing as this dark, grungy kind of deal, you know. And so, I mean, we're all fun-loving guys that hang out, party, whatever. And instead of being all the, it's you know, it's still fun, but it's still loud, still definitely heavy, still definitely riff-oriented. So.
Well, I think it's accessible enough where it kind of goes across several genres and in a good way. It's dark without being scary, and we try to keep it dark but still accessible.
First song to grab me was Build and Destroy, and I think the thing is, I love the guitar riff on it, the way it came in, and it just felt powerful when everything jumped up. And I mean, I just immediately heard myself on it. I thought when I heard the guide tracks, I thought, man, I know exactly what I'm going to sound like on that. I think it's going to be good, you know. And I think I'm right. I think it turned out really good. But one of the things that really grabbed me about the song was lyrically, it's not just, as Matt has said, a throwaway song. It's not just a, hey, let's go party and drink and meet women and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it really asks the question, what kind of man am I? Am I somebody that builds something up, or am I a guy that tears things down? And it's all done behind the metaphor of building a building and another group of men that are demolishing a building.
When we record, we want to keep it as true to the band sound as possible. I mean, there's so much we could do if we wanted to. You know, we could add keyboards, we could add loads of backing singing, we can double track guitars, and I mean all sorts of stuff. But then what's the point? If we're not going to be able to reproduce that live, then we don't really see the point in that.
I love to play live, love it, but the real moment for me is when I'm able to sit down and hear something that's been worked on for a long time or very hard. It's that moment when you hear it for the first time in its best state, and you're like, I had something to do with that. That is just killer. And that's the thing that gives me chills.
I mean, making records is fun, but you know, the record business is pretty dead as far as I'm concerned. It's all about playing live.
So I think the hardest part is just the frustration of waiting, you know, and it's not really waiting. It's, I mean, we're working on everything, but it's still, we're all just very keen to get out there and release something and to play live, but we're at the same time we're kind of tapping our fingers a bit, you know. I think that's the hardest part of this band.